Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This is Celril, the Altmer noble, on his quest to collect all the relics in the land and also do terrible Dark Brotherhood fan fiction for some reason. We probably won't be doing a whole lot of relic hunting this time in favor of something silly, specifically terrible Dark Brotherhood fan fiction and some other miscellaneous mods content. So that's going to be our aim today, is to continue the terrible Dark Brotherhood fan fiction. How you doing, Rumarin? You're in, you're in a den of assassins, right?
You lead, I'll follow.
Very good then. These people are so nice. Yes. Here we go.
Our family grows every day, ever stronger. Once this sanctuary is full, we will have to fill the other ones. No longer is the Brotherhood just a whisper, but we must continue to spread the name of Sithis. The child of LeChance grows powerful, yet she still has a long way to go. Yet another child has prayed to their mother. Find the wayward alchemist in Winterhold, take his gold, and so begins a new contract.
All right. Well, let's go talk to Vala. Get her in on this contract. Bound in blood and all that. They really, the author of this mod really loves Vala. See, she's apparently the heir to Lucy and LeChance, which is why she's got a gigantic bobblehead.
Oh, hi, listener.
Come with me. We have a contract, and we need to keep adding to the family.
So soon? Can we at least rest? I feel like it has been nothing but go with us the past week or so.
Serana suddenly teleports into my face for no reason. I will say this, the voice acting of the Dark Brotherhood fanfiction gets a lot better in the newer version, but it just happens that they released that newer version after I started this run, and so I am unable to upgrade. So I'm committed to the older version voice acting. Enjoy. There is no time for rest. Rumarin teleported into me.
So, are we going to add to the family, or do the contract first?
Let's see. I'll do the contract first, myself, and then we'll go recruit somebody. Family that kills together, yes. So, breath of fresh air. I'm gonna take a quick run here. Then we'll meet her later. And you said the newer version includes more than that? I'm sure it does. But, you know, we are currently 608 hours and 10 minutes into this playthrough, so we are not restarting for a new version of that mod. Alright. Let's get out to Dawnstar. And there should be someone in the Wind Peak Elm. Yes. Winterhold and Solitude. So those are the two areas. 610 hours is the perfect time to swap out all your mods. Ain't that the truth, though?
My husband died. Things won't be the same without him.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Do you know who killed her husband? Me? Oh, is it Shady Sam?
Need something?
Ah, Shady Sam's hanging out here. He's a top quality skooma dealer. Unfortunately, I bought all his skooma, so he has to wait to refresh his supply. But it's okay. Because Shady Sam is a top tier individual who can be trusted. Alright, we're going into the Wind Peak Elm. Helm? Inn. What did I say? Helm.
Come on in. Let me
Windhelm?
know if you need anything,
Yes.
Or take a seat by the
Wind
fire
Peak
and I'll
Windhelm.
send someone over.
Alright. There should be someone here. Not Theron. Be someone else around here. Someone to talk to. Someone who needs to talk to me. Ah.
Aye.
What do you do around here?
I'm long past the age where I do much of anything. I watch the sea most days. She still speaks to me. And then I'm off to the tavern most nights. Great selection of ales at the Wind Peak if you've got the thirst.
All right.
Safe travels.
Let's see here. I could have sworn that my target was here. There's the Wayward Alchemist in Winterhold. Okay, so I have to go to Winterhold. That's pretty easy. What's going on with that kid?
Hi there.
Apparently, he just sleeps on the ground in the corner of the inn. Oh my god! Yeah, look, that's where he goes to bed. He sleeps right here in the corner of the inn on the stone floor. That's just kind of what I expected, but I didn't think they'd implement it as a feature. All right. So we are going to head on. Yeah, I think there's really nothing we have to do other than run through here. I mean, there's a Axe of the Blaze we should get in this abandoned cave, so we should head over there anyway. An orphanage, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. Let's head on over. No, I don't see a reason not to. Should be able to go east. Is it west? East? It's east. Pretty sure it's east. East to Winterhold. Alright. Our goal today is to get over to Winterhold by way of one little quest. Once we finish that one little quest and get over to Winterhold, we'll pick up our contract. We'll do the contract, then come back and figure out what else needs to be done. So, got a boar here. We clunked it good. Perfect. Yeah, someone should tell the kid that the orphanage is not that bad. Well, who says the kid can survive the trip all the way from Dawnstar down to the orphanage here? He's very likely to get killed with things going on the way they are. He's safer where he is right now. Besides, he's in Stormcloak territory, and his what do you call it? His little thing has been taken over. The orphanage has been taken over by the Imperials. That town, so, yes. There we go. The safest way to travel in all of Tamriel. Ain't that the truth? You know, I don't think we've ever been in this lighthouse, come to think of it. Let's hop on in there. Oh, there's a sky shard up there. Okay, well, we should definitely go in there. That's something else to collect. Maybe we can mark off the quest for the sky shards entirely. Gathered potatoes, that's nice. Don't really need that many more leeks, so we'll just grab these and call it a day. What's in this shed? Break it open. Some potions we can mess with and 17 septums. The damn shame about this lighthouse. We haven't been in here in ages. Yeah, let's go inside. By in ages, I mean on this character at all. So, as you can see, there's murder here. In fact, it just added a museum display because I visited the lighthouse. So yes, this is pretty neat. There's a Falmer War Axe there. The damn shame about these corpses, but they seem fresh enough to harvest their organs, so it seems there's a journal here. After years of sailing from Hammerfell to Solstheim and back, They finally saved up enough money to buy that old lighthouse. We spot on the coast. We're moving in. Oh no. Oh gods, why? I returned home. He killed this thing. Horrible bug-like creature ransacking our home. The door behind me, yep. I locked the door behind me to make sure they don't escape. I don't know if I'll make it out, but I have to save my family. Damn shame. Damn shame. To think this, they bought an old lighthouse and didn't realize that there was a connection to the depths of Skyrim. Yeah, there's a Charis here. Yeah, so they killed the horrible bug creature. Sudi's journal. I hate it here. Why did we move to Skyrim anyway? I miss the big port cities. Even being a cabin girl on one of those ships we used to sail on is better than this. Oh no, oh no. Caught Manny in the cellar a couple days ago, going through the barrels. I thought it was him, trying to play a trick on me. He won't listen, thinks I'm making up the noises. Oh no. It's, oh, there's a lot of flowers here. Under an amethyst, that's kind of nice. A necklace. Yeah, there's just a bunch of mountain flowers here for seemingly no reason. Probably to freshen up the smell, I guess. Goodness knows an area like this, smells will stay semi-permanently. Nice dwarven circlet. Septums. A couple potions, and a note from Manny. Let's read the note. Yeah. Note from Manny. I know you've been making up stuff about the noises in the basement, try to get me to stay, but I'm only waiting till Father gets home so you and Mother are safe. You could always come meet me up back in Hammerfell. Take care of yourself. Oh no. So, one person hates it here. The other person, like, they saved up to have a place to live, a good quality, strong home that, because no one wants to destroy a lighthouse. So, makes sense. Let's read this journal. We did it. We bought the lighthouse. But I was just making idle promises. What husband doesn't want to promise their wife 2 moons under the sky? Right. Couldn't find my favorite cooking pot. Let me see. Oh, those two get to me sometimes. I went to unpack some of our keepsakes. Now I can't find them. Sudi keeps saying she hears something in the basement. Manny suggested there's skeevers. They know I hate skeevers. They put a skeever in the basement, I swear. You can hear that that noise coming from the basement. Yes. Pretty spooky. Yep. So, basically, she died a horrible death. And everyone was warning them about scratching noises coming from the basement. Then they killed this horrible Charis creature. And, yeah, that's a thing that happened. Alright. Let's head on down. Actually, we want to head up first. We're going to use open locks to get this lock open, I suspect. Open locks. That leads down. I want to go up. There we go. I've opened both doors, so now the forces of evil can be free. Let's have a look up first. Up is the least difficult lock to open. I like how these are robes of peerless conjuring. There's a sky shard up here. Let's use that. Alright, we have collected all the sky shards in Winterhold. Most excellent. This treasure chest we won't be able to open until afterward. until the quest is complete. This is our reward for having finished the quest. But obviously we haven't done that yet, so we got to go back down. I just wanted to grab the Sky Shard, so in case there were any reason I decided to abandon this job here, at the very least I will have collected the Sky Shard. That completed all the Sky Shards in the area, which is extra nice. So we're going to throw down a save here and head on down. Come on down. They were leaving traps behind to try to catch these things. I can hear them skittering around, though. There it is. There's the skitterer. Oh, I killed it in one hit. And there's another skitterer right over there. There we go. Whoop. It wasn't as close as I thought it was. Oh, kind wanted me to kill it. Okay. Fine. All I'm doing is the venom and the ingredients, though. Hey, how much venom is in this thing? Apparently too much venom. Yeah, like five venoms? There's a lot of ingredients, too, so screw that. We're not going to grab multiples. I don't think that'll be worth our time. Charcoal. Some potion there. Let's get going. We're diving down into the depths. Frostflow Abyss. This doesn't sound creepy at all. Okay. Yep, more skittering. They're definitely going to be Falmer down here. That said, if it's mostly Charis, I can take care of it. Oh, nice. That is a level 9 Falmer mage. I like how I can run into level 92, 93 bandits, but then we run into a level 9 Falmer mage. Okay. Let's keep going. Venom. And through the door we go. Things are going very well. Nightmonger, I shot it. Should be coming around the corner.
And they're dead.
That's right. I'm glad Ramarin can
That takes care of that.
comment on that for me. This Nightmonger ragdolls are terrible. Come to think of it, Oblivion and Skyrim both have just atrocious ragdolls. I remember moving the arms around on a mountain lion that I killed, and it was bouncing around like it was made of rubber. So I'd say Skyrim's ragdolls are slightly better for what that's worth. Skyrim is truly progress. All right. All right. The fact that the trap can trigger and then pull itself back up is just bizarre. It really shouldn't. Once the trap is triggered, it should be triggered, and then it would require manual resetting. You know what would be cool? If you could manually reset it yourself. Like if you almost got hit by a trap and then you go, I like traps. That's not exploitable at all. The voice line, I mean. You can reset the trap and then get it ready to hit someone. That would require some sort of skill. I don't know. Tie it to blacksmithing, maybe. And give blacksmithing more of a purpose in the world than just crafting something. You could tie it to resetting traps. Or, hell, even sneak. In fact, sneak would be even better, I think. Just tie resetting the traps to sneak. And that way... or pickpocketing, hell. That's why I think, was it Requiem that basically changed it to pickpocketing to fingersmithing. That's what they called it. And they tied a bunch of different actions into it. I think it was called fingersmithing. Got him. Nightmonger. At least we can extract his blood. Some Balmer weighty armor. You know what? Let's pick up that weighty armor. Falmer fragment is nice. We don't need any of the normal Falmer items, though. Anything else we may have missed? I don't think so. I always thought it was weird the way they have spiders and Charuses in the same area. It's like, I would have thought that the creepy crawlies would hate each other and would fight to the death if they encountered each other. So they had a kind of, maybe some Falmer tribes would use those. This is a level 90 Shadow Crawler over there. After fighting level 9 Falmer, I found a level 90 Falmer up there. It doesn't see me. In fact, it has no idea where I am. I'm using silent casting. So I'm just... It's trying to figure out where I am, and it's doing a terrible job at it, so I just got it to ragdoll on the ground. Now it's detected me. It knows where I am. So. Ooh, I just got downed, believe it or not. Thankfully, we can revive from death with the use of blood. Not every time, but most of the time. As long as we know what we're doing. Damn. Damn you is right.
Right, that's one less thing to worry about.
Let's summon Serana. She failed to get down here. I noticed that occasionally followers just fail to path over. There we go. There's Serana. She went to check out the Charus corpse for no reason. Alright. At the very least, we're getting some Falmer blood. That's good. Don't really need any of these other Falmer pieces. Kind of worthless. Gwemmer shaft. Falmer ears. Nuts. Septums. That's good. Oh, there's Sudi. We were wondering where Sudi was. We found her. Extract her blood, heart, flesh. Let's read her bloodstained note. They took father. There been some others they brought down, but they let him off, and all we heard were screams. Father's gone too. Oh, why didn't I listen to Manny? Father's fever was getting worse. Mumbling about Daedra. That'd be cool if he actually... that would be a cool quest line. If, you know, he didn't earn this lighthouse. He made a deal with a Daedra to get it. And the fact that it's filled with Falmer was just part of the Daedra's plan. When you know, it's like, yeah, we can give you a home just like you promised. You promised your wife. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with the home. Imagine that if he was mumbling about Daedra because he was set up, made a bad bargain. Okay. Here. I don't know how long we've been down here. Father came to find us. Yeah, he's been feverish. I like how she has an iron dagger, but she couldn't put it to use. Yeah, okay. Don't worry about the scratching noises. It's not my fault you can't deal with a small infestation in your home. Every home has been known to have pests now and again. Seriously. It's your fault if you can't take care of a few minor insects that have found their way into your home through the floorboards. Alright. There are 2 paths, it looks like. I want to go through this one. Okay, there is an animal over there.
Where'd you come from?
In the distance. Whoops. Okay, it looks like Serana is trying to get that thing. I was going to say in the distance.
Victory is ours. I've always wanted to say that.
Yes, but we're going to quickly... See in the... Up there. Yeah, up there. See it? Right there. The tail, like, it's up there. A creature. Yep, a wild beast. Exactly. I hear it crying. Right. So we can see the beast now. It's arrived. Hey. Hey. Meow. Hey. Yes. I have to figure out how to get down here. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? Monsters. Okay. This is the little boy. Right here. Yes. I told him he should jump down, and he did. He definitely did. But, what we've got here, yeah, he's let me have a look here. If I just yeah, there he is. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple pieces here, like this. And there we go. That's the cat that comes in the window. Okay. Now then, let's get going. So, we have a few things we have to pay attention to. Elixirs here, nothing special. Yes. Cat-sized monster, something like that, yes. Ah, there's definitely a lot of Charas down here. Oh, we're gonna kill him. Can you guys jump? No. Yes.
Where'd you come from?
Alright. Charas fight. Or not. Okay. That one is not dead yet. Now it is. Rana's trying to drain its health.
Yield or flee, your choice.
Good.
All over now. Good riddance, I say.
Good riddance, I say. Probably don't need all the Charas eggs here. As I remember it, if you have any sort of harvest mod on, you're probably going to end up with like several thousand Charas eggs if you loot everything in this vault. Not really important. But, oh, look at that. That Charas fell through the ground. So what happens occasionally, if we TCL through this, and then we clip into the Charas here, and then we move to player, And then we uncheck TCL. And we then click on it. Disable and enable. It is now a proper ragdoll. See, what happens is occasionally the Charis or any other creature, even a human, will clip through the level geometry. And when they do, part of them, the part that wants to be acted upon, is outside the level. And the physics just kind of give up. And it becomes non-interactable. So what you do is you move it back into the level, disable it, then re-enable it, and chances are it will be an appropriate physics object. Okay, so we got to kill Charis hunter fledglings. Shouldn't be that big a deal. One down.
That's what I call good teamwork.
Done and done. Alright. Same deal here. We're just really here for the venom. We don't need any of the other ingredients. We have excessive amounts of the other ingredients. Alright. Let's get out of here. Should be this path. Actually. Yeah, they're trying to spit at me. Okay. Let's go back just a second. For one thing, the followers aren't really on track. Secondly, I want to make sure all these pods are busted. Yes, all the pods are busted. Look at this. This Charis is dead. But his animation is on. That's funny. It happens from time to time. But, we're going to go ahead and teleport my followers into this room since they don't really know how to jump around this. Good. We got him. Interesting. I was trying to bust that pod open, but the hits were always hitting something else. Good.
Always good to come out on the winning side.
That fledgling is dead. I don't see any other pod. There's a pod. Always good to destroy those pods. Don't want these Charis eggs hatching into something bigger. Okay, that should be the queen, I believe. Yes. I think there's a smaller Charis in front of it.
I knew I heard something.
I'm immune to poison, but I'm not immune to the damage of the actual attack. The poison, like the initial splat of the poison, still hurts. Alright, so that was the final boss of this area. We're gonna search its corpse, see if it has anything. It has the lighthouse key. I'm pretty sure we can use that. Get to the upstairs section and or... Oh, a Gainoth. Okay. Gehenna.
I'm not gonna die like this.
Well, we're looping around. We're gonna fight it. Obviously grabbing these mushrooms too because I don't spend that much time there. I'll take the ugly one. Wait, they're all ugly. Nice. Elven hatchet. Nothing we need there. Yep. I'm immune to the damage over time effect of the poison, but the initial splat, for whatever reason, will do some damage. Got a Gainoth claw off that. And that's it, I think. Let's dive back down here for a second. That Gainoth distracted me, and I was going to look for any other evidence that anyone was here, anything. Yeah, this would be a good place to set, like, some scattered loot, like treasure items from people who've been fed to these things. I think that would be nice. Hold on, I have to pick something up. The cat was being a bad cat. There we go. He's trying to get my attention. Eventually, he'll get bored of trying to get my attention, and he will jump up on here, and I'll have to toss him off onto the mattress behind the screen. But, yeah, you should see that the the blanket we have covering the mattress. It's just completely covered in cat hair. That's basically his place. The little neighbor's cat. We'll have to run this thing through multiple wash cycles to get rid of it. Okay, this should get us out of here. I think. We'll see. Nope, the cat's it's gonna clog the washer, you said. No, we have a filter, thankfully. What we do is it's a removable filter, and you just clean it. Alright, I have no idea where we're going then. It needs to be back this way. Yeah. Cats. This little boy is causing trouble again. Yep. He's just causing way too much trouble. So. It's very difficult to put up with him. Yes. There's fur everywhere. And he's very happy. He's purring very loudly. You can't hear it because there's noise noise suppression on the microphone. But yeah, he's purr. This is what he wants. He wants to just sit like this the whole day. If he could. He would just sit in my arms. Yep. The cat's an internet star. Something like that. Meow. 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 He's responding to me. Meow. Okay. Meow. So we're just gonna toss him back there. And hopefully he'll stay put. Hopefully. Isn't that such a great word? Hopefully. Peaks, thank you for the cheer there. Alright. I do have to get the cat fur off of my face. It's drifted all over the place. Seriously. He goes outside. Oh, jeez. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Yes. I guess you can't see it, but this thing is just completely covered in little teeny cat hairs on all sides. It's ridiculous. This guy's shedding. I mean, it's snowing outside. It's super cold. But he comes in here, and for whatever reason, he, he blows his coat as soon as he comes into an area. Yeah, I have to run this again because I jumped down the wrong way. We'll eventually get out of this place. As I was saying, no, he jumps down from the cold outside into an area that is not that cold, and so he just starts to shed automatically. Yes. Alright, well, let's try to get out of this lighthouse. Figure out what direction it is. Okay, the game directs me there, but really I have to go this way. So let's take a moment and recognize that this section drops you out right in sight of the way back into the dungeon. if the level design were better, it would be pointing you this way. This is a game design feature known as conveyance. And let's just say the player is conveyed in the wrong direction by this level design. I don't have a problem with it because the level design is realistic for the world of Tamriel. And I think that it fits within the pre-existing lore. Alright. So, open up that chest. What do we got? A druidic silver ring. That part of the Weir religion? Ah, well. Got some septums as well. We go up now. We never did find the father. His corpse is probably down there somewhere. Oh well, we can at least use the key there to get ourselves Card of Demons, some septums, Staff of Entombing, topaz, and some monies. That's fine, and we got this sky shard already. So, that's it. That is the one thing that universally works as a game design element, are sky shards. You know, whether they add them to Daggerfall or Skyrim, it doesn't matter. Just little collectibles that you go and find, and if you find 3 of them, you get a skill point. It's, or a stat point, or what, a perk point, whatever you want to call it. It's a nice idea, and it works pretty well.
That takes care of that.
Done and done. Ubisoft adds them to, well, everything. Well, Ubisoft is a bit different. Ubisoft adds what are called activities. And when you enter a certain area, you are expected to do an activity. And then you are rewarded for doing that activity. What if you don't want to do activities? Well, we have what are called time savers for you. All you have to do is spend real-life money, and your single-player game can take advantage of these time savers. Or, you know, you can run Cheat Engine. And, well, I'm dead. I was killed by a bear. I killed a Charis Queen, I killed all these other enemies, and then I was smote down by a bear. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, bears. The answer is drink more blood. If I had more blood in me, I wouldn't have gone down like that. Probably. Okay. Do I even have armor on? No, I do not. I have my Deceiver's Finery. Well, that explains everything. Alright. Now I won't go down in one hit. I have my legendary armor on, so it's fine. We will eventually have to blacksmith improve this stuff, but as you can see, I can just tank the Ice Wraith hits without a problem now. Plunk that. Yep. Okay. Looking at this tower here. Have to be extra careful. Sometimes these towers have clockwork dragons. That's why I'm being extra sneaky. I'm not being sneaky at all. Actually, I'm just running through this area. How close are we to where we need to be? I guess there's a rest station right over here. We can rest in the field station and then head over to the Orcish Battle Axe of the Blaze. Everyone wants the Blaze. No one does. Wait, did it just update the map with something? It did. There's a ruined tower over there. Hold on a second. Is there a way into that ruined tower? It looks like it, actually. Now I'm curious where that's connected to. Interesting. There's the bear that killed me last time is now fighting a wildcat. Weird stuff. Mm-hmm. See here. Flawed diamond. Diadem. Other treasure. Money, I mean. Moonay. This path to Blackreach is open. I need to kill these ice wraiths. Whoop. One ice wraith down. 2 ice wraiths down. Good. Ice pile. And ice pile. That is exactly what I wanted. Now then. Let's continue. We're almost to the field station. In fact, I can see the field station right now. If we want to take a nap, that is the place to do it. It's only noon, so I think we can keep going. But I can see someone sneaking around down there. I guess I'll need to talk to him. If he says, grab this and hold on to it, I will be making him permanently dead. I just killed a Spriggan and a Troll. Oh, a Spriggan Matriarch. Interesting. Okay. This area is very echoey. It's fine, though. We're good. Got her in electroconvulsions and finished her off. Okay. That was a lot of little black particles flying all over the place. I have no idea why. Troll blood. What else we got? So yeah, there is crafting here. I absolutely could take a nap. But instead, let's figure out where exactly this is. There's an abandoned cave up at the top there. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's go check it out, I say. Another ice wraith. Encountering tons of those lately. It's fine. I will absolutely gather those ingredients. But still. Alright. Someone mentioned something. I'm looking. What the hell? Okay. Give me a second here. Ooh. Almost done. I just have to read something really quick. Okay. That will just about do it. And the husky attacks. I would not have killed the husky, but the husky attacks. see what we got here. No dragon. No dragon. That's fine. How close are we to the cave? The cave is actually... What direction am I facing? This is the correct direction? I am extra confused now. It's got to be this way. The map is obviously wrong. Because if we use the map now, it will put us... No. No, apparently it isn't. So the cave is just down... It's up north. Okay. The cave is in this direction. It's just in a weird spot that I can't see. Is that an Ultra Deserb? I do hope it's not an Ultra Deserb. We're gonna fight anyway. It's an Ultra Deserb. Must kill the risen death hero. Good. The death hero is defeated. Its septums are mine, as are the Elysia coins it has. Seems like it was just collecting coins arbitrarily. It's raising all the skeletons around here, not just that one. I took its spear, so it's running around looking for a way to hit me. Which is kind of hilarious. Wait, what? Got it. This, the skeleton death hero is rising for a third time. But he still doesn't have a weapon. So, you know. He just... I don't know how many times we are expected to kill this skeleton, but hey. It's, not that big a deal. Let's figure out where is the cave. Cave is this way. So it's like right over here. This abandoned cave. Right here. And hopefully we will find what we are looking for in here. This is the temple. Oh, it is the Temple of Zerb, isn't it? Nope, door's barred from the other side. I have to fall down the hole. Pretty sure I have to fall down the sightless pit to get out through here. Now, where was that sightless pit? Right over here. Okay. So this is the entrance right here. And then the exit is that abandoned cave. Ah. Okay. Let's see what we got. Coins. We've already been through here when we went to the Temple of Zerb before. So the fact that there are enemies around now is... well, it's just going to be a rerun. There is, of course, new loot, new enemies, new harvestables, which I do not mind. I do not mind new harvestables at all. Yeah. I've forgotten how weird this area is. Okay, that is the Temple of Zerb Refugee Annex. The Annex is where one of our quests happened. However, it's not where we need to go. We need to go down here and finish the full Temple of Zerb. I don't have that much stamina. It only, yet it doesn't matter. Oh, my goodness. Alright, Falmer. That's a level 90 Falmer. I didn't realize. Okay, I'm about to die. That'll do it. Okay, so there... My followers were unable to make the jump because they're followers. Good. Successful block.
Tough fight, relatively speaking.
It was. Compared to some of the other enemies we were attacking. It absolutely was tough. We got a Kagranak coin there. Which, you know. They should technically be called Dumax, but I think that ship sailed when I started this playthrough 600 hours ago. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Okay. We are working on our block skill. It's something we never really used in this playthrough. But I'm trying to, now that we have Raymond's Wall, we're trying our best to level it up. Same thing with archery, really. And technically two-handed weapons, but we have something stupid for two-handed weapons. I'll show you in a second when we get to the next enemy. Just how stupid our two-handed weapon attempts are. Alright. Let's go ahead and equip the Ethereal Axe Staff. This is a... And yes, we have a shield. Because reasons. Alright, so we take our Ethereal Axe Staff. And we find the next enemy, these spiders. And we use a special shout called Elemental Fury. Now watch this. That's how we raise our two-handed weapon skill. If that doesn't seem, you know, out of the ordinary, well, I don't know what to say.
Be careful.
Sorry, Rumarn.
Be careful.
Hey, I'll heal you. There we go. And that's how we try to raise two-handed weapons. Try. Can't guarantee it'll work. They did destroy this. Really wish I could loot it. Yep. My most powerful weapon is a one-handed weapon, so I had to think of something to do to raise two-handed weaponry, and that was my my decision there. Yes. Okay. In the sightless pit. In the sightless pit.
Where'd you put that?
Oh no. Those Falmer are frightening. Alright, let's do what we did before. Just really quick. Try to level the Ethereal Axe Staff. See if it'll work. Yeah, good. Sorry. Sorry, Serana. We did it! Two-handed weaponry has increased to 40. Let's have a look at two-handed weaponry and see if we can increase its damage. Let's increase its damage by 25%. Let's increase its damage by 50%. This should make things a bit better. Just a bit. Alright. Who's there? Oh, jeez. That hurt, that hurt, that hurt. And good news is I'm still alive, but I have to back off. I have to back the hell off. Okay. Oof. Drink blood. Yeah, these guys are stronger than I expected them to be. Oh, they're two level 90s. Oh, no, level 90 and level 58. Okay, then. And I'm seriously gonna die at this point. Like, I don't have any way to defend myself.
Who's there?
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Like, I need to drink more blood. Back off. You can see how, bit ridiculous that is a level 9 Falmer.
I've always wanted to say that.
Very good. Let's loot these Falmer. Their Falmer blood will be useful in making elixirs. Grow back that missing limb. Alright. I think it was... oh, look at all those arrows. Well, we all have arrows. Okay, we got to remove those arrows. So, doing it right now.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
I've recovered 5 arrows. Yes, let me see here. I think what we were talking about was... pull that up. Good. That's what I think it is. Yes. So, those who are unaware of what I was talking about, the Altmer blood elixir, we'll talk about it here. By talk about it, I mean we'll open up a video.
Lads and lasses, I give you Altmer blood elixir. Grow back that missing limb. See into other people's thoughts. Learn a library's worth of knowledge in moments. Wield powerful magic incantations. Live for thousands of years. Only 20 septims a bottle. Altmer blood elixir. The one and only. Only 20 gold septims.
Yep, there you go. Copyright, absolutely not Thieves Guild. There you go. Or at the bottom. Okay. That'll do it. Ooh. Gonna say there. One more thing to look at. Bam. Oh, right. Almost done. Okay. Yeah, we're good. I'm checking each corner to make sure I didn't miss anything. As we do a second pass through this zone. Okay, this is the Temple of Zerb, right. I vaguely remember this place now. And all of its evil. We killed it. Killed it good. The Nightmonger is dead. Altmer fragments are absolutely good. Collect those whenever you can. Serana's always late to the party, and always looking at the corpses to see if there's blood she can have. Rumarn, on the other hand, he's always here and covered in blood, except when he isn't. But, okay. That's nice. I was hit by 2 level 90 guys, and I gotta run. I gotta run and hide around the corner. Give me a second here. So, step 1, drink blood. Whoops. Step 2. Yeah, this... I did not expect to get shot at simultaneously by 2 arrows. I expected to be able to kind of separate between the 2. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good at all. Okay, change of plans. Oh, geez, why are my soldiers up here? I don't understand. They should be down in that little area here. Yeah, they do not path down there, apparently. For whatever reason, I can't place them there. This is really annoying. Okay. Damn. He moved slightly to the side. We got him. Ooh, that was very difficult. Mainly because of positioning. I couldn't summon followers to overwhelm them. The spots that they were hanging out in were not valid summoning spots.
Who's there?
Spider. Bloodbite spider. Damn it. There we go. And you can see the way it died inside the level geometry, so now it can't be interacted with.
Tough day for you.
All over now. Good riddance, I say.
Yep, Shadowcaster. Remove those arrows. How many arrows does Remarn have? Only 4, yes. Alright. Dovahkiin. You know the story of the Dovahkiin, right?
Poor baby born, please don't cry anymore, 'cause your mommy is here, baby born, baby born. When baby born cries, she's thirsty. Let's give her a bottle. Just like a real baby, she's wet her diaper. Baby born, baby born.
Oh, you mean the Dovahquack? Yes. Yes, we do have the Dovahquack. That is true. That is absolutely true. But really, sorry, the Dova Duck. The Dova Duck. You were confusing the Dova Duck with Ulfric Stormquack, which is Ulfric Stormquack is not the same as the Dova Duck. They are quite different, actually. Yes. Okay. Let's try to figure out what we're doing here. Get rid of these skeletons for now, since they won't path where we need them to go, so just go away. This is our way of dismissing them via the console. There we go. They are so dismissed. Alright, let's continue around here. Excuse me, you're supposed to enter the wait menu and wait until the spell wears off. Yes. We're gonna actually, you see the spider clipped into the wall? That happens every once in a while with certain enemies. What you can do is you can just move to player and then disable, enable, and now it is a physics enabled object once again that you can harvest from if you want. See? Alright. That happens even in the vanilla game. Alright, so that chest is empty. And that is a level 90 Shadowcrawler.
Where'd you come from?
Right. What would you do without the console? You'd be playing on PlayStation or Xbox? I'm joking, of course, because even without the console, you'd still have access to the script extender.
Alright, that's one less thing to worry about.
And PlayStation, Xbox don't have that either. Oof. That's a big oof. Alright. I do look forward to when OpenMW does get script extender support, though. Because the vanilla Morrowind engine is terrible. And it would be great to... oh, what's in this chest? Orcish Battle Axe of the Blaze. Okay. That is the item I needed. That is why I came here. Okay, it was in the Temple of Zerb the whole time. Let's get out of here. We're going to the abandoned cave. Unbar that door. And now we can leave. We need to get to Winterhold as soon as possible. That'll make you switch permanently to OpenMW for all loadouts. Pretty much. I already, you know, have to make that decision, you know, whether it's our Are you going to choose extra features, or are you going to choose stability? And I always choose stability. Always, 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 always. Yes. My goodness. So, I'm gonna say, if you would go to mod list, you can see the details, but we are running the, give me a second here. We are running the Skyrim script, Skyrim Special Edition in KDE Neon. Specifically, we are running Mod Organizer 2 through a Lutris installation. And we're running 445 plugins. This particular loadout has been running for 609 hours and 18 minutes. Okay, we are going. Our goal is to get to the Questmaster over in Winterhold. It's the Wayward Alchemist. And once we see him, we'll know the details of our assassination job. Which is not a Radiant assassination job, I think. It might be, but I don't think it is. Because the Radiant ones are Dark Brotherhood forever. And this is the Dark Brotherhood terrible fanfiction questline. Alright. Bam. Let's continue. You got a bear there. Feral Arctic bear. Pretty sure I can clunk it. Good. Here we go. Yep. It did. It still growled as it died. But so be it. On our way to Winterhold. Let's have a clearer sky as we go there. By doing clear skies. Let's see if that did it. I'm just going to sit here and see if it clears up on its own without me hitting it twice. I don't think so. No. There we go.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Of course. Right, Romarin?
Should we get moving? So, what's the plan? Wow, that's some really heavy armor you got there. If it was any bigger, it'd be wearing you. I'm right behind you.
All right. Okie dokie. So, here we are at Winterhold. We're gonna turn in our quest at the Jarl's Longhouse first. Should be easy enough.
Azura's wisdom to you, friend.
Hello there.
My job is to serve the Jarl, not waste time talking with travelers.
Yeah, but Bleak Coast Cave has been cleared. I'm here for the bounty.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Very good.
This is what it's come to. No one seems to care what they've done to our home.
It's clear that memories are far too short.
And it's clear money matters more to Daggor than honor.
Mm-hmm. No idea. Well, based on everything... excuse me. Trying to read this board. Like some salmon fillets. Yes, please do ordinary job for us. Actually, come to think of it. The Wayward Alchemist is back in Winterhold itself. He's somewhere around back. I think he's over here. Hello there.
I have been expecting you.
What can we do for you?
I need your help. I have been testing a powerful poison, and I am preparing it for its final stage. There is a mage who lives in a cave around here. He stole from me, so I ask, who better to try an experimental poison on? I need you to try this on him. And I can give you a bonus if you can collect a sample of his blood in this container.
Okay. Kill the thief with poison. That's it. We just need to kill a thief that stole from the Argonian. Should be easy enough. I think this is a miscellaneous quest. No, it isn't. Well, in that case... Oh, wow, he's at Hobbs Fall Cave. He's nowhere near here. Experimental poison. Okay. I can do that. I can poison my Warhammer here and smash him in the head with it. Excuse me, that doesn't inject the poison into his bloodstream. I beg to differ. Wow. She just slammed the ground. What happened? My camera's broken. I've never had this happen before. What's going on here? Help, help. Alright, that was incredible and terrible. You cannot fast travel at this time. I wonder why. Oh, that's glorious. Glorious. I don't know what to say about that. I'll just reload before I requested the quest. Ragdoll goofs. That's happened multiple times in other playthroughs. Ragdoll, how do I put this? The Havoc physics engine is not bad, but Bethesda's implementation of Havoc physics has always been bad.
I have been expecting you.
We're just gonna skip through this dialogue since we already did it once.
I need you to try this
Good.
on him. And I can give you a bonus if you can collect a sample of his blood in the... I have been expecting you.
Sure you have. Yes. Kill the thief. That's what it says. So, we're gonna make a save just in case that happens again. I don't know what to expect from this group of soldiers that just pranced into town and cast a super power, whatever the hell it was. Alright, they came in through here. I don't think they're here this time. Yes. For those who are unaware about how these sort of Bethesda games work, even with or without mods, this is pretty much all true. How do I best put this?
I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work.
Okay.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Imperial business. Yes. Alright. Now then. We are going to go down and return the battle axe. Then we got to go kill the thief by injecting a special poison into their bloodstream. Grand Illusion, thanks for subscribing. My goodness. What we're going to do is... what type of poison was it? Like, what poison did he give me? I don't even know anymore. Crap. Let's see. Kill the thief. Yearn to cutthroat. Yeah. I yearn for my simple days as a cutthroat. My goodness. That's a bit stupid. Let me see here. Okay. I need to know which poison he added. So, is it it was a potent poison, right? Unfortunately, I need to use the exact poison he gave me, and there's no quest indicator as to which poison that is. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go ahead and use the Alien Waystone. First, I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if this works. So I'm going to actually try to put away all the poisons, and if there's one of them's a quest poison, I won't be able to use it. So I won't be able to put it away. I doubt it'll work. I'm almost certain it won't work, but I'd like to try anyway. Aha! Olean, that's it. That's the special. That's the poison I need to use. Yep, it's fine. We just need to inject this poison into him and then beat the crap out of him and get a sample of his blood while he is affected by that poison. We got it. We got the poison. Took me a moment to find it, but we got it. Okay. Let's go turn in that battle axe. Yes. Days of a simple cutthroat in that Celril every day. Pretty much. I mean, we have filled the gallery with over 2,200 relics. And we've done amazing feats. But it's true, I mean, like this guard here. Okay, she didn't say anything bad.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. What's the hurt? I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls.
Right. So, if she said something about sweet rolls, I was gonna literally cut her throat. Okay, then. She said something and left. Where are you? Not you.
Mining is hard work, but we pay a fair price for any ore you dig up.
I'm sure you do. Hello, sir.
Careful where you step in the mine. Don't want to cover up some valuable ore or gems or something. Anytime I get tired of working, I just think that maybe the next swing will make me rich. It keeps me going.
Until you're a broken, used-up shell of a man, and then you die penniless in the cold, harsh wastes outside Winterhold, since the inn has no room for layabouts. The Orcish Battle Axe of the Blaze is here.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Yes. Very good. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is that over there? Who is that? Rhea.
Need, my friend. Oh, hey there. I killed a bear yesterday. Did you kill anything?
No. That's one of the companions. She is going off to do companion stuff.
Where'd you come from?
What's Serana? Rumarn and Serana want to attack the same thing she's attacking, which is an ice wraith. There's a dog also attacking. Oh, a Draman. Well, you guys can attack the ice wraith while I deal with the Draman. Uh-huh. Damn. That Draman was painful. We killed him, though. Like how he's a Daedra because they just copied the Dremora. Sorry, Daedroth loot table from the same mod. Alright. Yeah, Daedroth loot table. Cold meditation. Now, we gotta go back up. We gotta go back up the way we came. We only came over here because we wanted to turn in the axe, which we did. And now that we've turned in the axe, we need to get back on track. Not all the way up to Winterhold, but kind of across the way. No big deal.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, huh? Never could get the hang of that.
Yes. That's one thing we definitely invested in was alchemy. But we are starting to run low on blood potions. We may have to make some more blood. Blood calls out for blood. Alright. What do we got? Yeah, he's almost back at the lighthouse. That's a little ridiculous, but whatever. Let's do it. Spent a lot of time up here. Usually we're down and about into another area, but we're gonna have to actually tell our followers to hang back for this one, I think, because we want them to die in a specific way. Oh, what are these? Are these all banditos? Bandit Rangers, okay. Sub-Z, thank you for subscribing. Sub-Zi. Got
Nothing.
Okay. Come on. Got her. That's a Charis Warrior. Charis Warrior versus Spriggan. You two must fight. Yeah, if the Spriggan revives, this will be ideal. Then I'll clunk the troll. I'll clunk the troll. I'll clunk the Spriggan. What else do I clunk? Okay, the Charis Warrior is level 48. We're probably going to need a little, yeah. There we go. Charis Warrior's dead. Anything else? I don't think so. I think we've clunked everybody. The stray dog. It's time for you to go back home, dog. Yes. Sorry. Your companion heads home. That's just how it works. That dog will die a horrible death if I send it against the wizard that we're going to be hunting. So, we're not going to do that. What's that? Oops. And as for this target gets the scalpel. Blood. Heart. Flesh. Some ale. Nice little onyx. Lockpick. And some septums. Is that it? Just one bandit and a whole mess of other monsters? I think that's exactly what this area was. Kind of crazy. Oh well. Nothing big. Nothing to worry about. And we got Tundra Wolves. Saber Cat's next, I assume? Yep. We took some damage, but not that much. Still working on my block skill. I've been using magic on the vast majority of this character, so the fact that we're now here blocking attacks from angry huskies is rather funny.
That takes care of that.
That's Serana in a nutshell. Drains its life, plunks it. Grrr. Grand illusion. When all you have is a hammer, then all your problems start looking like nails. Oh, goodness. Well, that is one tough nail. Hold on a second.
And they're dead.
Daedra Heart there. Brrr. Yes, I got slightly downed by that. I need to drink more blood. Whenever that happens, whenever I get downed, I have to drink more blood. It happens. Now, we have to find that wizard. The wizard should be over here. I get one free revive as long as I'm full on blood. Unfortunately, as you've seen, I've died like twice. This particular session here, which shows you exactly what happens if I do not drink blood after, or at least enough blood after reviving. I can die quite easily. All right, that is an ice wraith. Oh, got him. Ice wraith is defeated. Let's continue. How close are we? Looks like the cave is right next to the lighthouse. It's fine. I will definitely go over there. I need to tell my followers to stay put outside of it, but that's not a huge deal. Okay. I think the cave is this way. Pretty sure it's like right down here-ish. And I kind of slide down the mountain a bit. And Hobbs Fall Cave? Yeah, it's Hobbs Fall Cave. These are all iron. I was looking for mithril, copper, whatever. Let's take care of that troll just so it doesn't ambush us down there. Just block it and then clunk it. That's how it works. Blood. And search it for extra loot. Nothing I want. So, as I remember, Hobbs Fall is full of necromancers, which is extra nice. It's a fun place, full of fun people. So, because this is such a wonderful place, I'm going to tell Serraner and Rumarin to wait. Good.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
Well, you're not in the sun, so don't worry about it. Let's get our stealth set ready. Then we need to cast Muffle on our offhand. Now we can't be seen, and we don't make noise. So we're going to stealth past everything, and we're going to find this wizard. We need to clunk really hard with poison. He's somewhere in this cave. There will be other undead and things that we can just kind of stealth past. Pretty sure. That is not our target. We gotta keep going. Our target. Keep casting Muffle so we're nice and silent. Our target's down there. We just need a good spot to jump. Okay. Not quite the platform I wanted to be on, but that's my target. So what we need to do is we need to poison him. And I know just the way to poison a person. It's with Ariel's bow. And an ebony arrow. And then we poison the ebony arrows with some... we actually put the poison on the bow, don't we? Because this game is stupid. It doesn't matter. Quick save before we do anything else. And let's hit him with some good old poison. So the... Whoops. I did not mean to use that. It's actually a problem. There we go.
What was that?
He's level 450. He's level 450. He's level 450. He's level 450. Well. Okay. We need to recast Muffle so they can't hear us. We've mostly wiped away his magical capabilities. Unfortunately, we are getting hit slightly by other things, so we're going to drink blood. And then we're going to use a grand Magicka draft. Did I say draft? I meant to say dropped, because that infuriates certain people. Alright, let's keep going. There we go. And we just need to kill these guys here. We should be good to go. Fist, Filthy Noir. Drink more. Okay, I gotta do this. Harvest his blood. Extract his blood. And give me everything he had. He had an apprentice robe despite being that high level. I'm so glad I have my soul Karen minions. He's quite strong. It's just I managed to... Here's what I did. So I'm spec'd into lightning. As a result, I'm able to strip away Magicka pretty quickly. And his strength came from destruction spells. Well, you know, we depleted his Magicka really quickly, and that was that. So, we did it. We are going to banish our skeletons here, since we want to sneak out. We don't actually need to sneak out, but we do need to use the scalpel, blood, heart, flesh. Yeah, we're going to be killing everyone in here, I think. It's fine, because, you know, we're able to extract this guy's body parts, and that's glorious. Gonna sneeze in a second. Oof, my goodness, sacks of barley and wheat flour, that's good. Okay, let's go. Oof. Blood, heart, flesh. Greater soul gem. Some septums there. There she is. Terrible at your job, Necromage. Terrible at your job. Alright, let's switch gear to our combat set. We're still gonna scalpel the crap out of these people. There's a lot of Altmer here, and, you know, as long as they are disreputable Altmer who are, let's just say, illegal, we can get some pretty good Altmer blood. Altmer blood is a really good alchemical ingredient. We like it very much. By the way, we are going to shout ourselves with Elemental Fury. This is how fast we attack, right? Thanks to Elemental Fury, we are now a blender. So let's go do this. We are going to we're going to ask the all important question: will it blend? That is the question. It blends. Okay. Okay. Now we need to use our scalpel. Blood, heart, flesh. And what do we got? Prismatic boots I don't need. Okay. What else? Huntsman's Blessing. Yeah, we don't need the witch plate. Take that Greg wax, though. Hell yeah. Okay, for our next attack, we are going to use the Ethereal Axe Staff. Pretty sure it's around here somewhere. Let's find it. The Ethereal Axe Staff will help us raise our two-handed weaponry skill, even though we still have our shield equipped. Well, thanks for the little soul gems there, game. Alright. Let's get this guy. Yes. That's how we raise two-handed weaponry skill. With the Elemental Fury shout. Very good. Very good. Come on. Up to 43. There's one more guy left. Damn, he just spams attacks, doesn't he? You will suffer at my hands as I chop you into little bits. Okay, I think my skill went up again. Very good. Now, we must dissect the corpses. Because that is the best nothing for us. The blood of an Altmer. Fire, frost, and lightning. Ooh, these is dragonhide robes. Those are good. They are worth a lot of money. Because, you know, dragonhide is super rare, and it's not like dragons don't get killed every day here in Skyrim. Yeah, right. Scatter shocks. Before people realize that something that's supposed to be ultra scarce isn't scarce anymore. And so the unfortunate handful of people who fall for the scam spend all their money thinking they'll be able to resell this for an amazing amount. But they were mistaken about a great many things. Here's hide, that's fine. What's in the chest? Card of arms. Ebony axe. Septums, that's good. Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. I have no idea. Lockpick there. Okay. Straight on through. See, that's how you do level design. It's, it conveys the player directly out. The option to go to the side is still there. But remember when we talked about how the lighthouse did it wrong? How it, leads the player back into a loop? Those are all elements that need to be considered by game designers when they're designing a dungeon or other location. The first and foremost, does it look realistic, obviously, or to some level, you know, some level of realism. Obviously not. But, you know, does it break player suspension of disbelief? And from there, apply thorough amounts of, well, game design principles. Oof. My goodness. Bunk.
All over now. Good riddance, I say.
But in a game like Skyrim, there's a certain level of that. You see, if you put it in a warehouse in your game, must consult warehouse workers to ensure realism. Probably not. But at the same time, you wouldn't want to have a 3-story warehouse with a secret tunnel in the middle of the warehouse. Probably not. You know, it probably wouldn't look like a very good warehouse. I don't think they consulted many spelunkers when they were designing these caves. That said, they don't need to. It just needs to hit the bare minimum to avoid, or to fall within suspension of disbelief. After all, this is a game where, how did Bobbus phrase it? Giant flying lizards and 2-legged cat men. That was Bobbus's line when you referred to him being a talking dog. That's how we mine. Elemental Fury is useful for a great many things, especially mining. There's a bunch of Imperial soldiers.
I know it's what everyone says, to go to new places and see the world. But it's true in my case. I never bargained on seeing more than I liked.
I like how it only echoes when we're in here.
I signed on because I couldn't watch the Stormcloaks tearing everything apart and not do something.
Okay. we mentioned this earlier, but if you're going to put a fictional language in your game, you know, you can do that, but unless you consult with an actual linguist, you're going to make anyone who's had any education in language whatsoever really, really hard. A lot of let me get that. Let me explain it to you in a way that you can understand. We do the soul tear shout here, and you should be able to hear it right now, like this. There you go. That's it. Yes. Okay. I do need to actually put this here. Yes. Now then, as I was saying, what we need to do now is we need to be able to put away all the miscellaneous ingredients. You say the game needs to be believable. That entirely depends on the game. There are different levels of there are different levels of expectation that that people set when they sit down to play a game. People have a lot of people who play Skyrim have let's just say a lot more rigid expectations than people who say play Morrowind. Being that, you know, Daggerfall and Morrowind didn't really conform to all that much realism. But then they started to make the games lower fantasy, let's just say. And Oblivion flat out says that the Divines, you know, cower behind the words of false idols and traitor priests. Even though in Morrowind, we straight up... By the way, I have 110 witch heads in this chest. Hold on, this one right here? This one, yeah. I have 110 witch heads in this chest. You should have seen it. It was amazing. Now, as I was saying, though... Oblivion says that, but in Morrowind, we straight up meet aspects of the Divines themselves. And so that's kind of a head scratcher, you know. It's like, really, Mankar Cameron? But we've like in previous games, we flat out met aspects of these gods given mortal form, who disappear when their job is done. They vanish from the world. Anyway, I just think it's unfortunate how later games have been setting more and more, let's just say, grounded expectations, despite the world having all this rich material to work from. Let's pick the most boring shit and go with that. Okay. Now, let's head on through here. Wait, what's that? That's just a Naga we killed. Okay. We killed that Naga a while back. Say, head on down. And I don't think we need to return to... Wait, yeah, we do need to return to Winterhold. Yeah, we do. Oh. Loading a grenade launcher through the front of the barrel? But that's a mortar shell. There's a huge fucking difference between a rocket-propelled grenade and a mortar shell. They do completely different things. Okay, whatever. Let me see here. Okay, we're gonna go this way. And it really depends on what mortar you're talking about, because there are front-loaded mortars and rear-loaded mortars. But, oh wait, you're talking about... Oh god, is it a handheld device that they're loading from the front? I thought you meant like a full-on... No. No. I thought of something that was grounded, like, that is too heavy for one person to move. That you use cranks to aim. Okay. Treating a grenade launcher like a potato cannon. Yes, exactly. Hello there.
What?
He's dead. I like how we're gonna have this sensitive conversation right next to this guy.
Well done, my friend. Ah, and you've collected a blood sample. Excellent. Here's your reward, plus a nice bonus for a job well done.
Very good. Alright, next quest. Orc walks into a bar. We gotta go to the abandoned shack. I love how just these prisoners are all pre-prepared for me at the abandoned shack. I don't even have to think about it.
This is so desolate. I really feel at ease here.
Of course. At the moment I pick up the quest, she's immediately here. No delay.
Oh, hi, listener.
Yes. It's so peppy and ready to kill. This is fun! We murder people! Yay! Alright. We need to go over to the shack. I think we're gonna go down south to Windhelm. There's nothing to do in Windhelm? Nothing? Well, but either way, we'll follow the road. Point is, I don't want to go cross-country for this one. She's following me. My followers are not, however. They are, distracted. I'm going to teleport them to me and, tell them, hey, follow me. So, runner, what do you have to say?
Yes?
And Ramarn?
Some say Rumarin is a feminine name, but I'm not a girl, I just fight like one.
Makes sense. There we go. Just want to take a screenshot there. Aerial's perfect. Whoops, I accidentally took a screenshot of all monitors and not a rectangular region, which I wanted to just kind of crop a decent photo out of. Yeah, it's kind of funny. There we go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Is right. We go ahead down the road.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and
Drunken brawls, yes. Petty thievery and drunken brawls. Yeah, okay. Going down south. That stray dog always appears. Always. What time is it anyway? It's 6 p.m. We should probably go sleep in Windhelm for the night, I suppose. Seems like a thing to do. Hadn't thought about it too much. Wait. Dawn Guard? Dawn... And they're all in a row for me to fire breath. Well, 2 of them. Okay. What are you gonna do, sir? Huh? You're dead. You actually gonna fight my fire snake? That fire snake was born from the corpse of the lady who was killed by the fire breath shout. That is hilarious.
This isn't over.
Are you sure it isn't? Okay. Unfortunately, they split up, so I couldn't get them all at once with that shout, but it would have been funny. Anyway, scalpel time. Blood, heart, flesh. Yes, the Dawn Guard. The perfect people to harvest. Yes. Winning side. As opposed to the backside. That was a song by Young Scrolls. We actually referenced that today when UESP made a post about Nazim.
Yikes. I wonder how that happened.
Oh, she got burned by my fire breath shout. Don't worry about it. Alright. There we go. That should be fine.
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those damn shopkeepers.
Wait, do I have entice biter? Biter. Oh no, I don't want to entice biter. I want entice barter. This is the one. Initiate trade. Nope, not gonna work. Okay. It'd be funny. Entice biter is terrible. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? They're once again, they're in a row. They're just begging me to fire breath them. Well. What you gonna do? Bandit Thug.
Quick, throw some gold on the ground. That'll distract them.
I like how he's obsessed with killing that fire snake that was born out of the corpse of their friend. Level 90 Bandit Defender. He a zombie? I think she's a zombie. Yeah, okay. Got her. Free again, kill. Good.
Guess that's the last of them.
Bandit zombies, I should have known. Bandit zombies. Oh well. This is what we need. Blood, heart, flesh. I wonder how much Nord blood I've gathered in this playthrough. Ooh, ebony shield and an exotic bow. I'll take both of those. Septum's there. Good. Plunderer. Let's take a moment as soon as we finish looting these corpses and find out exactly how much Nord blood we've gathered since this playthrough started. It'd be fun. I've only started extracting blood relatively recently. Let me see here. Good. Have a blood extractor on you at all times. Now, let's open up our crucible, which is our infinite storage alchemy container. And we will deposit all of the alchemy ingredients we have thus far, of which there are many. Then we'll look at just how much blood we've accumulated. We will eventually have to go back to the gallery and start performing more blood alchemy. I look forward to doing it. It's a bunch of stuff we have to do first. Okay. So looking at the crucible itself, in just a moment, we'll type in the word blood. And it looks like we have 57 activated werebeast blood, 65 blood of a Bosmer, 311 blood of a Breton, 201 blood of a Dunmer, 44 blood of a Khajiit, 510 blood of a Nord, 213 blood of a Redguard, 154 blood of an Altmer, only 19 Argonian blood, 359 Imperial blood, 87 Orc blood, blood sucker fish fat. So we killed a blood sucker. That's a special fish. And we got his fish fat. I don't know what it does, but we got it. 112 Falmer blood, 75 Giant's blood, 146 Troll blood, and 35 non-activated beast blood. It's interesting how you can use werewolf blood to cure disease. I didn't think about that, but if it's not activated beast blood, it's not a problem. If it is activated beast blood, then oh my, you're in trouble. There's 2 caravan guards here. We are going to harvest both. This man here is quite sad. It looks like both of these caravan guards, if you look at the environmental storytelling, they were killed by the bandits that populate this area. And then from there, it's just a, you know, sad day for you. Good. How do you activate beast blood? What are you talking about? When the magical power in it is active, then, you know, the werebeast is a big ol' scary monster. As opposed to a person that just contains werebeast blood. It's when they die during a transformation or some such. When the magical elements within the blood are active for some reason. There's no firm, fixed answer to that question, but you can easily imagine 7 or 8 different scenarios in which werebeast blood could be activated. Oh, yeah. Those are all Stormcloaks, and they do not like me. You're trespassing here. You better clear out. So, yeah. The Stormcloaks spawned over there, and they're all supposed to congregate around here and in the fort, so... It's funny. Jeez. You're trespassing here. You better clear out. Avalanche Pass. We should go check that out at some point. Also, that ruined tower. Let's see. We haven't been into Ironbind Barrow, come to think of it. Sir, this is a public road. Not really. It runs right by a fort. I think it's a choke point for their insanity. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Based on these signs. I mean, we could do Ironbind Barrow. No, we have our Dark Brotherhood follower. We don't want to do this. Back whenever we don't have an extra follower, let's just say. I want to kill this Drahman before the Naga dies. Yes, it's dead. Next. We wait for a successful block, and as soon as we get that successful block, we murder the crap out of it. Well, that's how the game works.
Poor bastard's better off.
Yes, he is. That poor bastard is better off, although we do need to remove that arrow, that ice spike that's impaling Rimarin. What are you, fresh out of Final Fantasy VIII or something? That poorly rendered CGI cutscene where Squall gets impaled by an ice spike. I actually appreciated having Ida in the party for a while. It's a damn shame that she's only there for a short amount of time. I don't like that game very much. But there are certain parts of it I do like. Like the man with the machine gun. Laguna is perhaps the only thing, like, if they had made a game about Laguna entirely, I would probably love it. And, the way they shoehorned his story into Final Fantasy VIII's overall story through forced flashbacks is just kind of terrible, actually. And it's funny because those forced flashbacks are the highlights of the game. Yeah, what was it? I think it was... hold on. Yeah. That's the song. That's the song it plays whenever you take control of Laguna in Final Fantasy 8. It just, you know, your characters will go to sleep, and then randomly you'll be in a battle with a kick-ass team of mercenaries. And it's like, and it starts playing that song, and it's like, okay, this is completely irrelevant to what I was doing. But unlike Squall, Laguna is actually a compelling character. Yeah. Yeah, right.
This doesn't concern you, friend.
Yes.
Move along. Move along.
They do not want me going through this fort, as you can tell. Move along, move along. I'm not going to tell you again. We're going to... So you have chosen death. No, they didn't say that, but you can imagine it. Who is that? Oh, it's a mercenary.
Need something?
Oh, what are you doing here? Wow, that is one spiffy Redguard, I've got to say. Like, only the fanciest hair and the fanciest glacial armor mail. Glacial armor plate. Like, it's just like, what? Okay, then. Those randomly set up NPCs. Oh, no. We don't want to talk to those people. They're like, cheers, friend. Would you like some honey brew mead? No. No, I don't. Alright, we gotta go to the abandoned shack. Continue the terrible Dark Brotherhood fan fiction. Let's do it. And I'll also move my microphone stand a bit, so that's fine. Anyway, we're gonna make a left at the crossroads. If I haven't passed it already, I have no idea. There's the crossroads, okay. What time is it? It's technically 8 p.m. Okay. You know what? Let's go take a nap in the sanctuary. Seems like a good thing to do. And we can resume our journeys when I wake up. Very good. That's Nazir.
You reek of death, my friend. I salute you.
Yes. Of course I reek of death. I kill things constantly. Be them bandits or other things. Let's see. Who are you?
How may I serve you, my listener?
You've got the top quality face covering. No one will be able to identify you. Yeah, yes. Okay. Fear, courage, frenzy. Good enough. Let's sleep for I'd say 10 hours, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. We are well rested. Yay. Technically you're only rested, not well rested. You would have been well rested if you had slept in one of your player homes or you'd pay for it in an inn. But for whatever reason, the sanctuary doesn't count. Okay. Let's, head this way. Ooh. Good. It is a brand new day. Getting a bit cloudy. Maybe we can shout those clouds away. Ah, yes. Just what I wanted. A big old tuft of cat fur. The white stuff from the undercoat. Yes. No matter how much of it you try to get rid of, there's always more. Now, let's try shouting into the sky. Think that'll do it with the clear skies.
Lo! Takor! Lo! Takor!
Okay. That should do it. If there was a storm brewing, it certainly isn't now. Because we've twice cleared sky the shout. Clear sky the shout, yes. Twice we have. Rats. I mean, they can't infect me with any diseases. In fact, I just cleared some ruins and gained 30 EXP for killing 2 rats. Because that's what clearing a location does. It's fine. That's a minuscule amount of EXP for what we need to level. That Wraith, what we do is we get out our shield and we block. And the moment we get the block effect, we kill it. So, the moment the shield reacts to our block, we just do a power attack and it destroys the Wraith. It's a retaliation. I think these are hostile doges. Yeah, these are hostile doges. That's easy enough. No reason not to get that absolutely delicious. Oh, interesting. We got rabbit meat off that. Wonder if the... Oh, we got raw canine as well. Apparently the doge had eaten a rabbit. Interesting.
Yikes. I
am waiting for a good death.
This orc wants to die. So we run into these occasionally. These orcs, they count on us personally to give them deaths because, you know, it wouldn't please Malakath if they were just to lay down and die. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually completely twist everything around. He's not going to be happy. He's going to die a terrible death. And his immortal soul will not go to the ash pit. Which, honestly, no one should go to the ash pit. But, still, what we do is we prepare by putting on our stealthy outfit. And after we put on our stealthy outfit, we get a scalpel in the left hand. That's the right hand. Yes, the left hand. And then in the other hand, we equip a soul trap. And now we're invisible. Then we soul trap him. And then immediately slit his throat. And thus, we've taken his soul. And his blood. And his liver. And his flesh. And his battle axe. And his orcish armor. There we go. So, no one may dispute this kill because, you know, he was waiting for a death. That's it. We've taken everything. Wait, what? You said that's like the 10th? You're obviously wrong. Because I guarantee you if we went through here, it's probably more like 30 or 40. Remember that We've been playing this for 610 hours and 20 minutes. So, yeah, we're definitely further into the double digits than 10. Okay. Let's get it going. Local orcs in your area looking for a good death. Ain't that the truth? Alright, we gotta go up to Skyborn Altar and deal with a dragon of sorts, I think. Should be easy. There should be a path up there somewhere around here. I have no idea if I'll ever find it, but that's another matter entirely. We go up here. Yeah, so this little town doesn't seem to be connected to a path up. May have to go a little further over. This looks more like a path up. Or at the very least, path sideways. No, wasn't a path up after all. But I do see evidence, that's labyrinthian, isn't it? Labyrinthian is too far over. But we could always just loop around. That would work. I think so. I think, we could just loop around at labyrinthian. No, labyrinthian is just full of trolls. Okay. Oh boy. Drum and skeletons. We don't use horses. Those are a no-go. Alright. Horses in this game, for us at least, exist for to be butchered into horse meat. Yes, horse meat. You don't ride on them, you eat them. Occasionally someone rides on them and we knock that person off and kill them while they're on the ground. That should lead us over to Skyborn Altar, I believe. Let's double check. No. Wait, there's a tribune here? Hold on, let's go check this out. Arvak. Oh no. You want to know what Arvak's good for? In the non-special edition of Skyrim, it's good for initiating a DLL error that will ruin your save file and occasionally cause random crashes that are tied to that DLL. The Arvak quest has a script problem in it. And that script problem triggers some sort of error. It's not actually a script problem, it's just something in the script triggers an error in the DLL file. Otherwise, nothing else in the game pisses off the DLL, but the DLL will crash repeatedly, throwing up an error message. And it'll happen at random times, too. From the moment you talk to the Arvak guy. As far as I know, the unofficial patch wasn't able to address it because it was something so obscure and in the DLL itself. This is the way to Skyborn Altar, I think. My idea. Give me a second here. I have to pull my mod organizer up. Good, good. That'll do it. We know that there's an evil dragon up that mountain. We know that it's a lightning dragon that can turn invisible. It's all glorious stuff. Okay, so we've killed the saber kitty. Shouldn't be a problem. We're gonna stealth our way up here if we can. Sounds like there's a bunch of drama in here. And there's a straight-up dragon. And I'm basically dying. Okay. This is quite frightening. But there's also a word of power. Oh, geez. That's a lot of Draman. Frost breath there. Bye. Okay. We got the frost breath shout, which is nice. But we have to focus because there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening here. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport our followers over. Then we're going to immediately hit this thing with Dragon Rend. And hopefully he won't take off, although we know deep down in our hearts he will. He's a lightning dragon, so he can't actually be hit with my lightning attacks, which are my primary magical attacks. We're going to hit him with Fire Breath instead. We can see his health depleting slightly. Then we're going to hit him with Drain Vitality. You notice that his magicka is depleting. He won't be able to do too much. We just need to mark him for death, and then we can start chopping him up into little tiny bits. By the way, every shout we're doing in this rotation is actually increasing the strength of our physical attacks. So once we hit Elemental Fury, he should go down very quickly. He's been marked for death. So you see, that's it. That takes care of that indeed. And that's the bounty complete. We're going to harvest his blood, his ingredients, and butcher his meat. It takes 2 sessions to butcher his meat. Then we got some septums. Good stuff. So, these skeletons keep rising up again, but they're gonna die. Wow. Yay. Skyrim is a game about dragons. Even the studio. What's the game about? It's about dragons. It's not really about dragons. It's about the lone hero. Alright, so we did it. We have defeated the dragon. We discovered Skyborn Altar. We got a new shout. Black Soul Gem, Carta Draconis, and Dragon Knight Heavy Boots, and some money. Now what we really need is to unlock the last of the Ice Breath, I believe. It was Frost Breath, was it? F for Frost? Yes. Press F to Frost, apparently. That's fine. Let's listen to what it sounds like. Okay, what are the advantages of using that over Ice Form? Ice Form that paralyzes things. I mean, what around in Skyrim is weak to frost anyway? I guess a fire atronach? I don't even know anymore. How you doing?
Good thing you're here. I was just starting to get bored.
Yes, I'm sure you were. Alright, well, we gotta go down the mountain now. That was just our little job that we had to do. We are heading, I suppose we can collect a bounty from inside of Morthal. And as soon as we collect the bounty, we can go north and meet a certain orc at the abandoned shack. A Nazir is apparently the one preparing all these people to go to the abandoned shack. Good kill, she said. No idea why. No idea. He said apparently Falmer are weak to frost? Really? Wait. Snow elves are weak to frost? You say? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. So, we are going to summon our followers who could not follow us down that treacherous hippity hop because their nav mesh does not understand its existence. There's one enemy back this way.
Where'd you come from?
Good. Now we're going to hit this thing with lightning bolt. Wait, lightning bolt? No, lightning ball. Good.
That's what I call good teamwork.
Electrosphere, yes. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Let's keep going. You read it on the Wikia, eh? That's some top quality NPC crafting there. Don't you see that when the farmer lost their sight, they also lost the unique qualities of the snow elves, like their frost resistance? Sorry. Let's go this way. I have to wonder who thought that one up, though. Really dumb. Bunk. And there. Good enough. Let's continue. Did Altmer should run away from you if you have a torch? Well, I mean, they can't see the light from the torch. They are blind. Entirely. They don't have eyeballs. It's just that their mechanics are so dumb that... Yes, mechanics dumb. Right. As I was saying, if for any reason you are stealthing around, right? And you're doing hits to them, they really won't know where you are because the stealth system is working properly, right? But if you stop hiding and then duck again, they will know exactly where you are at all times. They will have locked onto you from orbit and will immediately be able to track you through pretty much any maneuvers, silent or otherwise. Because their being blind only stops them from acquiring your from acquiring you as a target if you are stealthing, basically. It's really dumb. And once they do acquire you as a target, then they act like normal NPCs throughout the rest of the combat. Altmer's blindness is so dumb in so many ways. Alright. Hello, sir.
I do what I can to see that Idgrud's time isn't wasted, and that she only has to deal with important matters.
The dragon at Skyborn Altar is dead. I'm here for the bounty.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here's your reward.
Of course.
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you did.
If everyone acted like I did, then Skyrim would be a dead land.
Full of wisdom and magic, if one is willing to look for it.
Wisdom.
You have their eyes open.
Wisdom and magic. Yes. Something like that. Enough. You can always grab a Nirnroot and a few other things. Nirnroot used to be this rare plant that never grew back. Now Nirnroots grow back all the time. We're waiting for this missive board to repopulate. Then we'll start heading up north to the great land of a shack. Everyone knows the abandoned shack. And once we get there and do that quest, we should probably head up to Solitude to do one or two things there. Give me a second. I have to actually be out of menus for this to populate properly, apparently. Right. So, clear out Cold Rock Pass. That's a job we can do later. Recover heirloom from Chillwind Depths. Necklace of the Wraith King. Seriously. And that's it.
My mother and father died years ago. Valian takes care of me now.
I see. I see. That was interesting. I was looking at Serana and suddenly this little girl's voice started playing. I'm like, yes, isn't Falian a vampire? There's no evidence that Falian is a vampire. Falian just, in fact, no, he says he isn't. He said, that he considered vampirism as one of the many methods, for extending his life. And then he said that he came to the conclusion that it would put the little girl at risk, therefore thereby rendering the whole point of living longer moot. So apparently he wants to live longer just to be a dad to her or something. Or be a parent to her. It's weird. Yes. Yes, I just immediately embraced the vampirism and haven't aged a day since. Alright. If anything, the vampirism has saved me from death countless times, including during the battle with Alduin. Yes. Don't forget about the blood bag in Whiterun? Yes. Correct. We adopted the little girl in Whiterun specifically to cater to any blood needs. Yes. She gets a roof over her head instead of having to sleep on the street, out in the rain and in the storms. And I get a reliable source of blood. Every once in a while, she asks, can I have an allowance? So I give her like 1,000 gold, and she's like, I can buy everything in the shop. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. That's a fantasy, by the way, because the shop is actually very expensive. Now.
Where'd you come from?
Guess that's the last of them.
Said Falian doesn't seem so old. He likely has been using herbs or other treatments, magically or otherwise, to prolong his life. So he probably looks a lot younger than he is. Goodness knows Devaith Fear was around since the Mythic Age, and or the Mythic Age, and he's just like, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm not that old. Yeah. Okay, we are now in Solitude, which means we went past the shack while we were heading up because I wasn't really paying attention. I was busy harvesting fish and dart flies. I mean, it's good alchemy ingredients, but we seriously do have to go to the shack now. Remember all the memes where Radio Shack was going to rebrand itself The Shack? It's a damn shame. Radio Shack used to be a good store, but then a lot of stores used to be good stores, and, well, we've seen what stores can thrive and which can't in our current environment. Obviously, the most predatory kind survive. Or those with the ability to strangle others out of the market survive. But this world is moving progressively toward an online economy where delivery workers are in more demand than retail workers. All right. Sometimes, Shadowrend, you say incredibly stupid things. All right, we're gonna teleport, here, slaughterfish. Of course, slaughterfish see us.
Done and done.
Yep, pick up the slaughterfish. Just take them with us. And now, you guys get to wait here. We're going to have them wait outside the shack. And we're going to kind of just save it here and go inside and see what happens. It'll be a scene playing itself out again. I can't wait.
Who are you? Yes. What's that?
Okay, so what's happening there is, because the lady isn't here, the lines are playing... They said it kind of interesting, as they expect truck drivers to get replaced soonish. Not soonish. It's going to be a while till we have reliable, and I mean reliable, self-driving trucks that can deliver goods properly. I mean, it's great seeing Amazon deliver things via drone, but then, you know, try that in certain countries, and people are just going to steal the drones. And, yeah, that's fun. So, what is Serana doing? I think she's trying to attack a slaughterfish. The drones are good for parts! Yay! Shoot it with a BB gun for free loot. Yeah, that's basically it. They said clearly drones aren't cheap enough. Yes, well, self-driving cars are actually working in Vegas right now as a test program. And we all know the story. Once a job is lost to automation, it never comes back. Only the absolute peak performers in a job lost to automation are retained, and that is as a luxury. Like, how do I put this? There is a, in Vegas, they're also, replacing cooks. So anyone who's not, like, a super high-class executive chef is, pretty much on their way out, over the next, couple decades. McDonald's has... Whoop, got a hunger. Got him. Okay. I was gonna say, what kind of blood is that? Is that troll blood? Werebeast blood. Jeez. Human flesh. But normal cooks, you know, in Vegas at least, are gone. Casper? We've seen that in certain areas, as far as, like, the pumps go for gasoline. Certain areas require full-service gasoline stations. They basically outlawed self-service, and the price of gas went up to pay for it. So, you know, it's more expensive in those places to have your car. It's that simple. Okay, we're looking for our follower here, and we don't know where she is, unfortunately. Jeez. Okay, we're in a bit of a spot here. Hold on. We have to load up to where we can find her, so we're gonna load up the... Let's see... Dawnstar Sanctuary. We'll load this up. That's save. We need to load. That's the Dawnstar Sanctuary. What we need to do is we need to find her. And once we find her ID, we're going to snapshot it, and then we're going to bring her to us. This fan fiction quest is kind of terrible in various ways, but the biggest offender is that if she's not present for a certain dialogue line, then it just skips her dialogue line. And so the NPC is talking to himself. And it's gloriously terrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to find her, and we're going to grab her ref ID. And then we're going to reload the file where we just were, and teleport her to me. There she is. We're going to go ahead and click on her. And then the ref ID, whoops, I need to do that here. If we just grab the ref form ID there, got it. It is in Spectacle. Spectacle's right here. You can see it right there. I've copied it. So, yes. Yes, indeed. Now, that we've done that, we are going to reload. Yes, indeed. Yes, but the horse and carriage industry was replaced. That's the thing. Industries that are lost and replaced by another industry are one thing, but what we've seen is the automotive industry slowly diminish. And now most of assembling a car is done automatically. So, yeah. I'd say we're gonna stop talking about this now. I'm just going to say that, it's gonna reach a critical point. Not now. Not in the next 10 years. Not even the next 20 years. So, yeah. It's just something that will eventually happen. Now then, let me see here. If you ever have the opportunity to check out a fully automated McDonald's, though, you should. They taste just the same. Almost identical taste. Yep. I've seen them in Los Angeles. Alright, let's see. I need to find a, where'd Spectacle go? Hold on a second. There it is. Okay. What we do is we type in PRID, P-R-I-D, then we put in her full ref ID. Like that. Anytime you have a lost character that you want to bring to you, all you have to do is type PRID and then the ID, and it pulls them up. And then you can move to player. So wherever they are.
That one's really, really dead.
Yes. Yes, it is. Let's go inside. Okay. Here we go.
Where am I?
We've been watching you for some time, Azook.
Who are you?
You want a family? You want people who will accept you for who you are? You want a place to call home?
Yes.
I can give you that. And
yes.
You just have to do one thing for me.
What's that?
Behind you are 3 people. One of them has a contract out on their life. Find out who and kill them.
But one's dead. There's only 2 people there. Not 3. There's only 2.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, what happened?
Never should have come here. Oh, who was it?
As if it matters. There is a black door in Dawnstar. When you get there, you will be asked a question. The answer is innocence, my brother.
Wait.
Yes?
How do you pick your targets?
We do not pick our targets. Our targets are chosen for us.
How?
Well, somebody needs to do the Black Sacraments. You need to create an image of the one you want to kill with real body parts. You would need a skull, bones, flesh, and a heart.
Like this?
I admire your spirit, but why?
Like this?
Yes. Encircle the effigy with candles. Rub nightshade petals on a dagger and begin to stab the effigy.
Now what?
You will learn soon enough.
Tell me!
Repeat after me, Azuk. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Now what?
Now you would wait. I don't understand what you are trying to do. You will have plenty of opportunities.
I don't want to wait.
Wait for what?
Fade to black.
I won't wait. What do I have to do to kill someone?
If you were a client, what you have just done would have alerted the Night Mother. In turn, she would have informed the listener.
What now?
It's really, really dead.
Oh, this is terrible. Okay. What now? Glorious. I'll take that ring. Let's see. Watch what you're doing, indeed. How you doing?
What do you need, my friend?
She just did. What?
What? There is no way that could have become a contract for us.
So, the Night Mother's supposed to talk to me in the Fade to Black scene, and she didn't? Oh, this is so broken. Mother is curious as I. You should be too.
But...
Enough, or who needs to die?
A Khajiit in Markarth.
This Khajiit have a name?
Probably.
Probably? Are you being serious?
Probably.
Listener!
Follow Azuk.
This better be good.
We have to follow him.
What do you need, my friend?
I like how broken this is. Yes, exactly. It is a buggy mod.
Something?
So we need to follow him. Okay. So, where is Azuk? I assume we need to follow him. Yes. He could have went and killed the Khajiit himself, yes. But the Night Mother said that this was a contract. A legit contract that we should be paying attention to. It's hilariously broken and bad, so, yes. It's just really awful on so many levels. Now what? Yes. There we go. I moved him outside, so he initiated his follow. That's it. Performing the Black Sacrament when the listener is right in front of you? Yes. Exactly. He apparently wants to kill this dart fly. I don't know.
I was sure I heard something.
I'm sure you did.
Is someone there?
Okay. Oh, you want to kill that Naga? Okay. We all want to kill Naga. That's fine. Yeah. We block first. Then we kill. That's how it works. We'll move him to me. And now... he's apparently done. So. He's... good. Good. He's re-engaged. He kind of knows where he's supposed to go. Let me see here. We're gonna save our game. Yes. Exactly. He performed the Black Sacrament when the listener was right in front of him. That is exactly what happened. Oh, a Daedroth. How nice. Yes. We killed it. Okay. I'm gonna follow this guy to Markarth. There's a Khajiit in Markarth who needs to die. And, he hasn't said why yet. But the Night Mother accepted his sacrament. Because reasons. Alright. Quick save. We are following an orc. Through Morthal, apparently. Yes. Yep. Look at him. This is how you're supposed to... Yes, exactly. Glorious. Glorious. Okay. We're gonna run to the other side of town and then summon him.
What's the hurry?
What's the hurry? You're the one who's hurrying. What's the hurry? Hold on. What's his prid? Let me fire that here. Then we need his. I'm taking down both of their IDs because I know I'm going to be summoning both of these bastards. Alright. Give me a second to do this. Okay, that's one ref ID. The other ref ID is right here. I should have both ref IDs. Yeah, I got them. Okay, now what we can do is, yeah, it should be this one here. So, move to player. There we go. And now we can move him to us if we need to get him across something. But for the most part, he should stick to the roads now. There weren't any roads beforehand. Who are you?
There's been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to investigate.
That's some really hefty dragon hide armor you have there. I might be concerned for you. Okay. But yeah, you could probably just fast travel to Markarth and it would probably have him there, ready to go. But in the meantime, I'm watching him occasionally stop, go over to the side, come back. It's all very broken. So. Yep. Very good. Running past those Imperials.
I know it's what everyone says. Go to new places and see the world.
It's true in my case, she says. But it's true in my case. Travel the world, see new places. Like how she had her dagger out ready to stab something. He occasionally stops and resets. Interesting. Almost like it's a checkpoint. These damn road paths are so ridiculous. But yes. Listener. It's okay. We kill him. He's gonna have to pay. Wait, what do we got? Dead. Get back on the road. Yes. Tiny guars. They attack you without warning. With all the rage of a werewolf, because they are literally werewolves. Okay. This guy likes to kill saber cats and people and...
Oh well, must have run off.
A Khajiit? Yes, he wants to kill a Khajiit in Markarth, who's probably there. He doesn't know their name, though. Interesting. He's actually... Hold on a second. Yeah. This quest is so buggy. Ah, Thalmor. Gotta love bees and Thalmor. We're gonna avoid fighting the Thalmor this time, but normally we enjoy killing them. Only because they, tried to kill me first. See, when the Thalmor attacked me, what I did was I went ahead and read their note, and apparently they had a hit out on me. So I went to their embassy, I did the diplomatic immunity quest, and I killed everyone in the embassy. And then I came back to the embassy later and killed everyone again. I had to use console commands to unlock the door because, you know, the embassy is a quest locked. But I came back and killed everyone a second time. And since then, oh goodness, there's another pack of Thalmor. The Thalmor are multiplying around this region. Quite frightening. A lot of butterflies today. Oh, geez, he's gonna piss off the bandit fort here. I know he is. Okay, that's it. I'm going to run up here and, at you. Yes, you. I see what you're doing. And I know the truth of the matter. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run ahead of him. And I'm going to summon him up along the road. Because I'm not going to follow him through this bandit fort. I think that would be incredibly dumb. So we'll just summon him here.
What was that?
Yes. No one knows what that was. Don't worry about it. Oh, he's just running back over the bandit fort. That's funny.
Oh well, must have run off.
Damn right they must have run off, but I just skipped the whole bandit fort there. Oh, Fire Lord. How nice. Fire Lurker. Fire Lurker isn't as bad as a Fire Lord. There's a Fire Lurker, a Fire Lord, and a Fire Demigod. So. We got him. Fire Lurker defeated. Explosion happening. So. As I was saying, we, through creative summoning, we moved him. Good, good, good. Let's get going. So there will be a bandit encampment up here. No question about it. But it's nothing compared to the area we skipped. In fact, I just saw a level 90 bandit ranger. Level 1 bandit just died. Yes. What are you doing? This guy's getting full of arrows. Alright, level 90 Bandit Ranger. I don't know why the orcs are so obsessed with praying to Stendar. See the way she keeps rotating her bow around until she gets me? That's a burning arrow. Serious business. Bandit Ranger. Okay, so we can't get all the bandit items, but at the very least we can quickly do a little bit of harvest. The Bosmer items are absolutely worth it, as are the septums. Nice, some earrings there. That'll do. Harvest the heart, the flesh. Very quickly go down and harvest the others, because that is totally worth it, as we get a Bow of Extermination. Let's see, deals 26 magic damage. Multiplied by 5 on the next hit after it kills a target. That's actually really terrible. That enchantment is not very good. Mace of Expelling. It banishes Daedra. I guess that is a Stendarian thing, isn't it? So, I've got to say that the whole Vigilance of Stendar feel off. Really. Alright, my orc is already down the road there. Oh boy, he's gonna go right past a fortress full of good old friendly Forsworn. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna click on him, and we're gonna run right past the fortress, because I know he'll want to fight everything in that Forsworn fortress.
Good enough.
Vigilance of Stendar DLC? I'm not actually a fan of the Vigilance in general. Their very existence is kind of weird. I would have rather they actually went and did like the Order of the Hour and such, you know, the Knights of Akatosh and things like that, the different knighthoods. People would be like, that's actually more of a High Rock thing. It actually has a place anywhere the Nine Divines religion is present. Yeah, okay.
What was that?
What he's going to do is he's going to piss off these Forsworn. And rather than fighting these Forsworn, I'm going to run past. Because there's so much that can go horribly wrong when he's fighting the Forsworn. So, we're just going to do this. We're just going to zoom all the way past. And as soon as we get far enough that they completely despawn, we'll... Oh god, this is where the Vigilant of Stendar caravan is, isn't it? Yeah, jeez. I'm just thinking it's gonna take us down into... No, we're approaching it from a different side. Oh, thank god. That's, we dodged a bullet there. But yeah.
You're mine.
He's angry at those Forsworn, and I'm basically saying, no, you're not fighting the Forsworn. And, I'm just, getting them out of the fight. It's going to take him a moment to realize that the Forsworn aren't in range anymore.
No one,
but it's better than him just aggroing on the whole fort.
Where are you?
It's incredibly dumb, the idea of having to do that. So now if he decides to fight these people, it'll be funny as hell.
Must have run off.
And that's a hired bodyguard.
What do you want, little elf?
Little elf. Okay. Must have run off. So he went down this way, which is the correct path. There's another Forsworn camp, and we'll fight them. We're A-okay to fight outside camps.
Is someone there?
Oh, hold on a second. Who are these people? Dawnguard? Oh, I thought we killed most of these guys. In fact, we killed their leaders and everything. So it's kind of weird. Yes.
Light take you. Good enough.
Light take you. Let's very quickly, while we have a moment, grab some choice items off of the Dawn Guard before we have to move on. Specifically, their blood, heart, flesh, and septums. Yes. Blood, heart, flesh. Or bastard's better off, you said?
Better off.
Yes. Now we have to run up and catch up with him. Our next group will be, I think, 3 Forsworn at a bridge. Shouldn't be a big deal. I don't mind little fights. I do mind when he goes into a Forsworn fortress and says, I must kill every Forsworn in this fortress now. Pathing NPCs are kind of terrible in that respect. It reminds me of the Imperial patrol that was going past a Forsworn camp. Not Forsworn, a Stormcloak fort, actually. I can pin down the exact location. It was this fortress right here, Fort Amel. Yes, remember when Fort Amel? So, this area is full of Stormcloaks, but what I did is I was walking by, and there was an Imperial patrol, and so the Imperial patrol aggroed the entire fort, and it was a big battle in which they had to fight, the Imperials had to fight every Stormcloak in this fort. They managed to kill them, but then the Imperials turned on me, and I had to kill them too. So I ended up basically purging both armies. It was really terrible. Technically, it was a 3-man scouting force that actually took on and defeated most of the Stormcloaks, and then they turned on me, and I'm like, I wasn't gonna hurt you, but you turned on me, so I gotta kill you now, and that's what I did. And so the 3-man force that managed to destroy an entire Stormcloak fort were themselves destroyed. Forsworn Warlord. Dead. Damn. That is some speedy attacks there. She's a Ravager, though. You can kill that Pillager without too many problems. It's the anime level powers that she has. Yes. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Copper Thorn, don't need that. Ebony Bow is absolutely worth it. Septum. That's fine. I was involved and everyone died, yes. Exactly. That's what you distill it down to. Bosmer Helmet, that's good. We can get some Moonstone when we deconstruct that. Last target. It's nice that we're getting all this Breton blood. Elven Sword of Repulsion. Very good. Let's go. My goodness. Alright. Remove the arrows. There are always arrows. 1 of 1? 1 arrow was recovered. Okay. Fine by me. This guy wants to go Markarth for some reason. And we don't entirely know why. We have no idea what he wants in Markarth. All we know is that he made the Black Sacrament and said, I want to kill a Khajiit in Markarth. And we asked, like, well, what's his name? He's in Markarth, probably. Probably. So, that's it. We don't know his name. We just know there's a Khajiit in Markarth this guy wants to kill. And so we have to follow him. And, yeah, he's kind of bumbling around a bit, but I imagine he'll get there and we'll all regret it. We'll all regret this. But, yeah, this whole exchange, the entire dialogue was terrible. So, beginning to end, like, you want a family that accepts you? Yes! Alright. That's it? Look at that. ESO style. Just wave your hand at the door and watch it open.
What do you need, my friend?
Okay. Is he in the tavern? He's probably in the tavern. Only we had another sesame seed bun.
Let me know if you want it. Why are so many people here?
Mug around here somewhere.
Party.
No! I've always wanted to murder someone at a party. This is a bad idea, listener.
Sit at their table. Listen for Gortwog.
What was that?
There's no shipments coming in, so I didn't
Follow me.
Sheath your weapons and come quietly.
Wait, what?
How did this happen?
What happened to Darshin? No one will notice me extracting his blood and ripping his eyes out. Let's see. Moon sugar. Yeah, he had moon sugar on him. That's a controlled substance.
Shipments, Elizabeth says. There are no shipments.
What happened?
What happened, indeed? The guy just killed... I don't understand. What is this? There's a thing I need to do here? In this lockbox? I don't understand. I guess that's something I needed to do for the Thieves Guild, but... What's happening here? Orc walks into a bar. Okay, so it's literally just Orc walks into a bar. I have no idea what happened. What do you think, Valra?
Good thing you're here. I was just starting to get bored.
So?
What just happened?
Not entirely sure.
Should we go break him out?
Let's see. Yeah, I think he deserves a chance.
You were right. As usual, listener. You saved me. Now it is my turn to save him.
Let's go break him out.
So, how are we going to do this? Brute force? Subterfuge? Waiting patiently for him to serve his sentence?
Let's see. There's a priest in town who owes us a favor. Hraldar.
Let's go then.
Okay. So we're gonna speak with Hraldar and see if he can get this orc read from the mine.
How can I assist?
That was mildly insane. Sit at the bar, listen for Gortwog. Just killed the Khajiit without a delay. Really weird stuff. Alright, so there's multiple things we need to do here in town. We need to visit Hraldar at the Shrine of Talos. And then there's really... okay, we need to collect a bounty at Understone Keep. Let's collect our bounty first in case we need to pay off the priest. Yes. This is pretty terrible, actually.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls.
Petty thievery and drunken brawls. No one cares. Let's go talk with the priest again. Who knows what could possibly happen? Certainly nothing good. But I'm the Thane of this territory. And that is the Mournful Throne, all right.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Indeed.
I am the Jarl of Markarth now. The Silverblood family is finally where it should have always been.
Yes, the Silverblood family now rules Markarth with an iron fist. The fugitive is dead.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here's your reward.
See, this is a Jarl.
Stay out of trouble in my city.
The Silverbloods.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around. I should get back to work.
Money doesn't count itself.
I'm sure that's what you do. But yes, the Silver Bloods rule Markarth. Just like Maven Blackbriar rules Riften now. Yep. We've taken two of the most powerful criminal organizations and placed them on the thrones. Legitimized them. Glorious. Okay, let's go see the priest now that we did our thing, yes.
If it isn't the slayer of the Glenmoril witches.
I am the slayer of the Glenmoril witches. I have 110 Glenmoril witch heads in my storage. Yes. Okay, let's go to the Temple of Talos and have a chit-chat with the person.
Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale?
Brew you an ale. That's not funny at all. Really, it isn't. Alright, I think this is the Temple of Debeller. We don't care much about the Temple of Debeller. For various reasons.
You have vanquished a great evil from Skyrim. You have saved this land and our very souls.
I know I have. That's because I am the one they fear. In their tongue, I am Dovahkiin.
Poor baby born, please don't cry anymore, 'cause your mommy is here, baby born, baby born.
When baby born cries, she's thirsty. Let's give her a bottle. Just like a real baby, she's wet her diaper.
Baby born, baby born.
Okay. That'll do it. Let me look at one more thing. Rhina Talos. Save before we do this. Gonna move her to me because she obviously doesn't know where she's going. And let's go inside. I have a feeling that the... Hello, Heraldar.
What in Talos' holy undergarments are you doing here?
Yes, we do need your help.
My help?
Yes, we need to break someone out of Sidna Mine.
I see. Well, as luck would have it, I'm friends with one of the guards who works there.
Great.
His name is Erbran. Here, give him this note.
Mhm.
He should be able to help you out.
Okay. Pleasure doing business with you.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I never want to see you again.
Okay. Drewski, thanks for subscribing. Let's get to going. Let's get to going.
I promise you, I buy much more than silversmith.
I want to be a silversmith like my mother and father. Yay. Okay. They should let him out of the Sidna mine now. But, oh no. This terrible man. We must extract his blood, heart, flesh. Terrible, terrible price he suffered for, I don't know, being him. Doesn't matter. We're grabbing the valuable alchemy ingredients from down here. That's about it. I just wanted to make sure we were able to take some time. And there's also a thief cache in here, and there's a nice diamond and some dragon steel arrows. That's good stuff. Can't believe the thief caches aren't considered stolen goods, though. You'd think they would be, being that the thief caches are typically stolen.
Can't talk. Mullish will beat me if I stop working.
Stop working in the water, you mean? Still, it's great that you you can receive a beating on the job. That's just the right kind of job that... It's funny, though, because, like, this is really the only...
Spill just a bit of metal and Mullish takes it out of my hide.
Right. Mm-hmm. You're the smelter overseer.
Markarth smelter. Worker gets out of line, I get him back in line.
Back in line. Alright, well, we've harvested pretty much all the alchemy ingredients from in there. A lot of water herbs and things. Good stuff overall. But, hello.
Let me guess. Someone stole your...
He was about to say Hail Sithis, but I talked to her a second time, and it did the sweet roll dialogue. That's funny. Alright, we gotta go talk to the guard.
Sidna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out.
I see. Why?
This is a jail, owned by the Silverblood family. We use the prisoners to mine for ore.
Oh, jeez.
It's the most secure prison in Skyrim.
Top quality bikini orc up there.
No one gets out.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're here to dig, you don't belong here.
Understood.
All right then.
Raldor sent me read this.
I don't like it. But Hrolder's a good man. I trust him. Whatever you're doing, make sure it doesn't come back on him. Got it?
I won't.
So, what do you want?
We need to rescue our friend, the orc.
Borkul?
Yes, Azuk.
The one who murdered the Khajiit, right in the middle of the inn?
That's the one.
Normally I don't support letting prisoners go, especially murderers.
But?
Hrolder told me that you've done a great service for the Forsworn. I have family that are Forsworn.
I did?
You've saved a lot of lives, including those of my family. All right, I'll help you out. Wait here while I go fetch the orc.
I'm willing to bet this doesn't go down so well. I'm curious what'll happen here. There he is. I wonder if he killed the prisoner in there. Who are the Forsworn? Okay, so look at that. Look at his face here. That's actually pretty funny. No, let me pull this up here. So, this is an original arena map, as opposed to the maps you'll find in later games. So, if we look right here, you should be able to see this side of Skyrim, which was originally the breadbasket of the region. The witchmen who get kicked out of High Rock end up in this area. They basically have nowhere to go, so they built their own culture here. And the Nords want this fertile land and such. At least that's the way it originally worked. Since then, it's made no sense. Now they're just evil. Like in ESO and in Skyrim, they're now just ha 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 ha. Like, we will take over this place for our dark gods. You know, that's what they turned into. But originally, this was the fertile land. These were exiles from High Rock who settled here. The Nords want that land. And so they go to war for it constantly. That was the original lore behind it. And then they just got turned into actual savages who worship dark gods and cut their hearts out and replace them with Daedric ritual Briarheart seeds and shit. Basically, they took all the nuance and they sucked it out of their storyline. Yep. Ooh. All right. God damn it, I have to go talk to him. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Let's go. Follow me, he says. Really? Really? We're gonna follow you after you ran all the way to Markarth, murdered someone in the middle of town? I'm pretty sure we're gonna let him rot after this. We'll move him to me, though, and see where he goes. Wait, you went back inside? Okay, where does he want to go? Wait, he went back inside. Said, follow me.
You mess with the Silver Blood family, you end up here.
Where, what happened? Okay. He is actually running now, believe it or not.
I'm in charge of the prisoners here.
This is a terrible, terribly designed set of quests. But we're following him. Oh, he's stuck on some rubble. That's great. Aha. I see. Wait. He said follow me. And so we're following him. What's happening here? Is he following the guard? Is he following me? It says follow him. You just left him to rot? I really should have, yes. Okay, then. Well, now. I don't know what to say about this, other than I'm going to have to advance the quest state at this point, because he's completely broken, yes. He's trying to follow the guard. As if, let me have a look here. Hold on. I think it was, no, what you, here, hold on. I'll give you the link here, because, you see.
And that, sometimes it doesn't just work.
Okay, we've learned that. Now, let's see. Okay. I like how someone says, like, when I Googled his name, someone came up with the quest line, sorry, the quest mod and why I don't recommend it. And like, yeah. Alright, so, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this one more time and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's A-okay. I'm willing to accept it breaking like this, and I'll advance the quest. Artificially. Because, obviously, that's how this works. So we're gonna really quick hit through the dialogue again. Shouldn't be a problem. But yes, this is only slightly nuts.
These workers, always complaining, always excuses. If a man has time to complain, he has time to work.
Only. Keep out.
Okay.
I don't like it. So,
we're going back through the dialogue.
The one who murdered the Khajiit. Normally I don't support. Rolda told you've saved a lot of lives, including those of my family.
I know I've saved a lot of lives. Get going.
I'll help you out.
Get going.
Right here while I go fetch the orc.
Do it. Go fetch the orc. I'm going to place a regular save here. And we'll see if it actually works this time. It'd be funny. Glorious man of Skyrim.
Now this is real guard duty. Just throw them into mine and be done with it.
Mm-hmm. Real guard duty, right.
I'm in charge of the prisoners here.
You gonna talk to me? Or are you gonna walk him all the way out?
Yes.
Let's go. It just says follow me with no text. Or no voice acting, I mean. And that's it. I think what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to engage me in dialogue. That's what I think is supposed to happen. The guard is supposed to talk to me first, I think. I don't actually know. I'm just messing around with this.
Oh, hi, listener.
Give the orc a good death. Oh, hi, listener. Yes, what do you think about all this?
What do you need, my friend?
No, I just have the option. Put on your old clothes. You know, maybe some people don't appreciate that tight leather outfit, so they'd prefer to have her in her normal, like, the dress that she was in originally. In other words, there's really no reason why she wouldn't be choosing her own outfits, but, you know, the game gives you that option for some reason. Almost like they want her to be a waifu or something. They've played up how happy she is all the time to kill. Okay, so the quest says speak to him. So we're going to quick save. And we're going to talk to him. Let's go. Follow me. Completed. Speak to him. Now, next objective is follow him. And he does nothing, right? I'm willing to bet he does nothing. Because he's good at that.
Oh, now there is my new toy. Come, let me have a look at him. He is bigger and stronger than Thonar stated. I adore him. I can't wait to dress him up.
Here's all your stuff, Isaac.
Wait, what?
Well, thank you, Ibram.
Now, about that payment.
Oh, don't be silly. I don't mean to be offensive, but what would prevent you from taking my money and going on vacation in Valenwood? No, I'll be taking my money straight to Thonar.
What?
Sure. If you insist.
What?
I am so losing this job.
This is...
Oh, hi, listener.
That's a piece of dialogue. That's a piece of dialogue that doesn't... It isn't for this section. At all. They just triggered a completely different conversation for a completely different part. I see. Yeah, okay. If you didn't talk to the priest, and the priest didn't owe you a favor, then you can actually have her pretend like she's buying an orc slave. And it just triggered that branch of the quest, even though she wasn't supposed to. So we're supposed to follow this guy and see what he does.
Companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
If he kills someone else, this will be terrible, but in theory, he's gonna go home. Roll eyes. But I think he just wants to go on a kill everyone in Skyrim world tour. I can't see him, see Mr. Follow Me converting into a loyal member of the Dark Brosenhood. I suspect this is all a waste of my time. And that's what this quest is actually teaching me. Is that not everyone will work out. Get used to it. Because everyone else has gleefully joined the Dark Brotherhood without issue. So, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a, live and learn, I guess. So, what I'm actually going to do, because we've been at this for quite a while now, is I'm actually going to kind of rapidly travel. It says I should follow him, right? We have to follow this orc to complete his contract, it says. What I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna travel on back to Dawnstar. And what we're gonna try to do, I don't know if it'll work or not, is we are going to try to see if he comes back to the sanctuary. If he goes somewhere else, we'll fast travel near his location, but we're going to give this a try first.
So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about on the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun. Fast travel. Fast.
Because I really don't want to follow him across the province again and see where he goes. It's,
Oh, hi, listener.
yes. So, it said follow him, and I want to know where he went during all this time. And he didn't go over there. In fact, now I get to find out where he went. Orc walks into a bar, follow him. He actually went... over here to Pure Water Run, which we'll follow him. We'll follow him over there. So, we're going to Pure Water Run. A couple fast travels and following him to his destinations. Yeah. So apparently he's in there.
The Khajiit stole these remains. Was going to sell them.
Whose remains are they?
Gortwog.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
This armor is for you. Payment for the contract.
Okay, so suddenly he... I mean, the king of Orsinium's remains...
Did you hear something?
We're gonna be sold, basically. Excuse me. Excuse me, we're not participating in a fight right now. Don't worry about it. There's no fight going on right now.
I guess I was just hearing things.
You were just hearing things. This armor?
The armor he wore to defeat Bowen.
Mm-hmm. The armor will be a powerful weapon for us. Let's see. Members don't pay for contracts. You keep it. It means more to you. The armor will be a powerful weapon for us.
I will bury him, and then I will go to the sanctuary.
Okay, then. So, there we go. That's all we need to know. So, I like how Gortrog's remains are still here in this spot. But yes, this is the armor. So, what we can do is we can take the armor.
What do you need, my friend?
I'm going to regret this, but yeah, I'm not going to loot Gortrog's remains. I feel like that would break things. I'm going to save it here. Then we are going to head on out. That's actually better than I thought this was going to turn out. I thought this was going to be terrible. Like, just completely terrible. But apparently, despite having no setup whatsoever, the orc has integrated into the Dark Brotherhood. Yay. Well, I think that's about enough Dark Brotherhood fan fiction for now. What we'll end up doing next time is we'll pick another quest mod and we'll go do some other stuff. I can only handle so much of this Dark Brotherhood mod at a time. And I think we'll next time we'll go and do some other stuff unrelated to that.